So if we look after the administration of ruler, we have to look after land records also and the dispute of the rural areas also. So let's see the land records. The smallest part of our country is a village. Different families own houses, land and farms in the village. So if you might have visited the village, you know all these things, that in cities also we own houses and few lands also. There's a, so different families own houses, land and farm in the village also. So who own what is all written down? There are many documents about land. Yes, though record of the lands are called land records, those. And which are those land records? That only we are going to see in detail now. Okay, Dash? All documents about land in a village are with an officer called the Talati. So in different land, in different states, it is the words are different for who keep the record of lands. Those are called somewhere Patbari, somewhere Kanungo, somewhere Karamchari or village officer also. So these people keep record of the land. There are almost 16 different documents about any piece of land. It might be house, it might be land, it might be any other property. So there are 16, almost 16 different documents about any piece of land. Why so many documents? What information do they record? So all we are going to see. The land documents record so many different things. What is the area of that land first? Okay, why these land records are important? Okay, that only we are going to see. So the land records are so many different things. What are the area of the land? Yes, what is the area of flat? Now you live in flat. So what is the area of that flat? It is mentioned in that record. How many wells are there? We are talking about the land in the villages. So how many wells are there? How fertile is the land? This is also mentioned in the land record. What is being grown there? So, and which crops is grown there on that land? It is also mentioned on that land. Where are the houses? If that land is residential, so where are the houses? That also mentioned in the land record. Where are the factories? An important index is Khasra 5. So Khasra 5 has the basic information related to the land. Which information it includes? It also has reference of all other document numbers related to that land. That has more details. So another is Satbara. Satbara is a document that is very frequently used. Yes, yes, correct, Shreya. These are two forms together, form 7 and form 12, form Sat and form Bara. So it is called Sat Bara. There is a lot of information on the Sat Bara form. Which village is the land in? Who are the current owner of that land? How much does each owner have? How much? So if the society, or how many, if you see in urban areas, so if you talk about the society, so how much land is acquired by that society? How many flats are there? Who are the owners? How much land? How much area of each owner? It is mentioned in that. So how big is the land? What is the plot number? What do people call that place? Is it hospital? Is it school? Whatever it is, what do people call that place? Is a Loan taken on the land, that is also written on Satbara. How much tax is to be paid for that land, and so many information is given in Satbara. We are going to see that how it is. See, this is the Satbara form. Let's look closely and see what is in Satbara. Okay, which one, dear? It is given in detail in next PPTs, Aditya, if you want anything. Okay, which one you want?
Yes, go back. Yes, yes. Yes, it will be fine.
This is all information which is given in Satbara. Now we are going to see it, these all things in the exam and example in next PPTs. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
which, how is the village mentioned in that form? So who is the owner of that? All these things are given in Satbara form. Yes. Now we are going to see the Satbara only. Okay. So see here, it is mentioned here, village. So which is the village? So taluka is also mentioned here. Then here see plot number, subplot number is also mentioned. See plot number 25, subplot number is 2. Nature of ownership. So ownership, how is the that land acquired, or how it got to the uh, owner. So nature of ownership is also mentioned there. Then what does nature of ownership means? It means how the owner got the land. So that landowner purchased it from other, or he got by his ancestor. He could have been purchased directly by the owner or owner's ancestor. Okay, so that means nature of ownership. It could have been given as a gift or a reward by the government, like a batan, jagir. It's not like that nowadays, but in olden days. Then it could be given for a certain purpose only, like a hospital, theater, school. So these are all in nature of ownership. Now it is mentioned name of owners and people using the land. So here you can see those who are owner and who are using the land. I think this is Madhukar Bhagwan Padwar. Okay. So here is also you can see reference numbers of the Khasra entries. So see there are numbers also mentioned in Khasra entries. Yes, Arush, like land grants to soldiers, but this is not available now. But still it is in Sadwara form. Areas of cultivation land, so how much area is cultivated, or even non-cultivated area is also written in the Satbara form. Additional taxes, how much taxes that landowner should be paid, that is also mentioned in this form. Then which crop is grown, kharif or rabi, mixed crop or extra crop, single crops, whatever it is. See here are so many columns. So you can see mix means which crops grown in this land, that is mentioned here. Then barren land, if it is barren land, if there is no any no crop grown in that land, that is also mentioned in the water source. If there is bore well, if there is well, that is also mentioned. If no farming is happening, then what is happening on the land is written. Okay, if there is no farming on that land, so what purpose is for what purpose that land is using? So that is also written in Satbara form. They could be of This could be a factory, school, house, theater, hospital, or for any business purpose, etc. Yes. So Satbara is only in rural areas. Earlier, even city areas had Satbara farms, but nowadays it is not there for city areas. So, what is there? So, we are going to see in urban areas what is there for land record in urban areas. Okay, but just till now, seven Satbara is only for rural areas. Now there are property cards for city areas. There is no farming activity. A property card has information about owners and areas. Yes, yes, Mrunal. Who has made all these records? The lands were measured and given numbers at the time of British rule. And at that time, the way of marking boundaries was by planting trees or putting down stones. Very few plots have fence even today. How were land measured? So the oldest method using chain of fixed length. They use chains of fixed length, but the method changed over the year. Now they use the modern machines and even GPS to measure the land. What happened if there is a dispute? The government officers come again to measure and compare it to the record they have. So this all the records Talati have uh, all the land records. So the government officers come and they measure the land, and if there is the fighting between two neighbors or two brothers with land, so they'll measure the land and compare that land according to land records.
And what is the
Then
meaning of
they
dispute?
dispute means fighting, arguments.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So then they mark the boundary again according to land records, and the dispute is settled in this way.
If you like our videos, do share them and subscribe to our channel. If you want awesome quizzes, write to us. Keep watching and keep learning with Walnut.